go off of it actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So far we've discussed about the drill about using a cooldown when someone blows, right? And so you're just like Q4, you do it with a 1v1 partner. They play the lane out relative to how the cooldown is blown. And now here again, right? You want to ask yourself, what is the conversation minion, right? All these minions that are being played, whether it be mid or top or whatever, are conversation minions. And so as two laners are laning with each other, and I go ahead and try and find the other dummy here. The minion could be right here. This could be the conversation minion. And so as you go for this last hit, this player might try to hit you. And so what you should do is you should pocket relative to the conversation minion. And so you're gonna go like this. And as it's in last hit range, auto back off.
Okay.
What's happening here is you are spending less time inside of the trade zone, right? So this could be like the green zone, and then this could be like the trade zone. Obviously, if you move to A, you're in range to get hit, but if you move it to B, then obviously you're away from that range. And so you want to spend as less time in A as possible. And you're in platinum, you're in low diamond, so the players are not going to hit you as you walk up. Players in masters don't do this. I've had challengers that I've laned against. Don't do that. It's very hard to do consistently. And so that's essentially spacing at the highest levels. If you can do this perfectly, you're essentially going to be able to replicate a script, right?
Okay.
But going back into mid lane, I'm just going wherever minions spawn. If the trade minion again is this one that's about to be low, you got to move in and out like this. And as it's coming low, auto and then back off immediately. Notice when I auto the minion, let's get another one really low. When I auto the next minion, my next click is already positioned back. Do you see?
Yeah, I did.
Right, I'm gonna do it again. So I auto and I back up already. So as the animation is occurring, I'm already clicking back.
Up.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I'm already clicking back. Okay, and this is stuff that you can just start doing. Okay.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
it's knowing their range abilities and then being aware of the fact that they have a cooldown. And obviously, if Vel'Koz uses his cooldowns, or if he uses his wave clear, or uses even his E, you can move in, right?
All right, gotcha.
Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, no worries.
So, okay, yeah, that kind of covered a lot of it, spacing. But I guess it's a really specific scenario. Alright, every scenario is different.
Well, not really. The concept is always going to be the same.
Oh, well, like following up.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you into those matchups? Like, kind of, what do you want to be looking to do with the wave?
That depends. Depends on what.
Yeah,
the
that's why
jungle-
it's
that,
like.
that again. It depends on. Oh, were you referring to the second question? Sorry. When you said that, yeah. Anyways, it depends on what the jungler wants to do. Now,
Okay.
I can give you an example. Let's open up a image. Let's go summoners for. I really should just have this saved at this rate, but whatever. Okay. See the screen?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's say that your jungler is... Where the hell is Epic Pen? What? Where's Epic Pen? Oh, it's on the other screen. Holy crap. So let's say your jungler is... let's say you're playing from blue side, right? You're playing Syndra versus Ori. Right, let's say your lane opponent is Orianna and your jungle opponent is, let's say, I don't know, let's say it's Xin Zhao, and you're playing against a Sejuani. Okay? Sorry, that's not Sejuani.
Yeah.
It's not even English, but yeah, Sejuani. So now let's say Xin Zhao, Sejuani start same side, since Sejuani paths up, you path up. Let's say that Xin Zhao has told you that he's going to do a very aggressive route. So if that's the case, maybe on a certain wave you push up instead of bouncing.
Okay.
Right? Or sorry, Syndra versus, let's say, Vel'Koz, right? Because you're talking more about champions that have longer range than you, or let's say even Ziggs. That doesn't matter if they have longer range than you. You can still invest in the wave.
Okay.
Right? You can also go like Corruption Potion against some champions like this. Right? For the sustain. At the higher levels, you can bring teleport. At lower levels, Try to bring like maybe cleanse, or if it's like whatever jungle top support matchup, or you can maybe bring like ignite. Ignite's really unlikely to be used because of the range, like barrier, ghost. Like you can bring anything except for teleport, right?
Okay.
Because you need to get better at recalling.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so maybe you end up pushing in. Maybe another example could be your jungler does a standard clear and 315 hits. And so what ends up happening is both junglers are left side, so you know that there's going to be aggression early on at 315. Maybe instead of bouncing on wave 3, you crash on wave 3 and you crash on wave 4 to support the jungle. Maybe another scenario is where the opponent jungler starts on the opposite angle, and you know that your jungler's on the left-hand side, and so there's no aggression inside of the left river, and so what's going to happen then is then you can actually bounce on 4 instead of crashing on 4. Because then you play the lane in a really nice angle, and then that obviously allows the enemy jungler or your jungler to gank mid, and then maybe path over down to the double scuttle. But that's obviously unlikely for it to ever happen, because we're assuming that the opponent jungler is also competent and will also capture scuttle at the same time, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So sorry, my fucking camera's all fucked. Okay. Do you have any questions?
Let's see. Let's do. What else do I've had something else?
But this all makes sense, right? This is all clear.
Oh yeah.
This is all relative to jungle timing. What is the top matchup? What is the bot matchup? Like, what is going on exactly? Right? And this is all not. None of this is like set in stone. These are defined concepts inside of a dynamic game, right? League of Legends changes every other match, but the concepts will always stay the same, and this concept has always been the same, because it's fundamental to it's not a fundamental, but it's like an advanced fundamental concept to League, that you can just be able to follow. Because sometimes maybe your top laner has insane amounts of priority and zins out into, like, let's say it's Sejuani, and Sejuani already gives up left side scuttle, so Sejuani paths down to the bot lane. But then it doesn't matter, because at that time bot lane also has priority, and maybe bot lane ends up getting vision. And so we know that the crossover is inevitable, and so maybe you don't even have to push. Maybe you can just let the wave come in, because then it opens up a timing. Okay.
Yeah. So it's just really all dependent.
It all depends. The main takeaway that I need you to start doing is I need you to just start thinking. That's the first step. Your thought process doesn't have to be correct, but your thought processes can't be non-existent either. If you just start thinking about whatever, at least that's the step in the right direction. Eventually, we can start refining our thought process. But until then, the first step is to actually consciously think.
All right.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I guess kind of going off that, we'll just say we're blue side again. We're playing, really doesn't matter. Our jungler, we'll say, is at blue buff, and he's getting invaded. We have a wave crashing. When is it not worth it?
Okay.
Like,
could you go one more time? Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm playing blue side. We're on blue side.
Okay. Right here.
Yeah. Jungler's at blue buff.
Yours?
Enemy mid is crashing the wave at our tower.
Okay. Your jungler's at blue.
Yes. Okay. He's being invaded by the enemy jungler.
Oh, okay. So like the enemy jungler is like this way. Okay.
So when does it become not like worth to sack the wave?
Where are you?
Help him. We're at tower. The mid laner's crashing.
Oh, so you're like right here?
Yeah.
What's top lane looking like? Doesn't matter.
We'll just we could say even, I guess, or
even. Doesn't
really matter.
Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, let's just say even. All right. So what's the question?
So it's like, so say it's there's like 3 melees, 3 casters at our tower.
Okay.
It's like, is it worth giving up like the XP and gold you from that to go help them? Again, kind of dependent.
Depends on the jungler. because sometimes, well, how much are you losing? You're losing 3 casters.
Yeah, we'll just say like 3 melees, 3 casters are at the tower.
No, if it's a whole wave, then that's really bad.
Yeah.
If it's a whole wave, maybe 2 minions, sure.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm getting at. Like, at what like minion
count can you leave?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on, does your jungler even needs assistance? What if your jungler just gives up a camp or maybe 2 camps, and then he scales, right? Because maybe it's Evelyn versus, I don't know, Camille. I'm using really weird jungle examples. I'm sorry. Maybe it's everyone versus Kazakhs, right? So like, yeah, sure, you can assist, but like when you get there, are you going to be able to do anything? Because you have to assume that the opponent mid laner is also there. You also have to look at how top lane is being played out. What is the support doing? What is the ADC? Well, the ADC shouldn't really be doing much. It's unlikely that the AD will ever move up, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. So these are things that you have to consider, because maybe you do move in and you give up 3 minions, but it's pointless because mid laner says hi, top laner is like, okay, you're not doing anything, and then you're already on the defensive, right?
Okay. Yeah. So you think like I'm trying to think. I guess like 3 or less.
Well, it also depends. If the wave hasn't fully crashed and the mid laner moves in, that the opponent moves in to the left side, you could even lock, get a temporary freeze, and then just tell him to back off.
Okay.
That's also good, because now what if he goes like this eventually, and then this is a gank, maybe. Right? Obviously, it also depends on mid matchup. If the mid has more wave clear than you, then the wave will be broken. But if they break the wave, they use cooldowns, which allows you to open against them. Not the nexus, like cooldowns, right? you can hit them.
I got you.
Yeah, you can hit them with cooldowns, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you can find smaller advantages in these these things. Again, it's very situational.
Yeah, that's what it's like.
But the thing is, like, it's funny though, because a lot of people ask me these questions, and the reality of the situation is these nuances don't actually even matter in low elo. And by the time that you're actually in high elo, these nuances are you've already kind of figured them out.
Are you saying like what to do or like? Okay.
When you're in high elo and you see other high elo mid laners play, it's like a transition. You just know. You know?
Okay. Yeah.
Like
just like
yeah, you just because you play against decent players and you see what they do over and over again, and you replicate to compete against them.
Okay.
Obviously, that has its own limits, right? But like these nuances, they're not gonna matter when you're high elo, because when you're in high elo, you know the game is dynamic. You can ask even the opinion of other high level mid laners and see what they say, right? But a lot of it is just it's instinctive. It's in the moment. What could potentially happen? Could I get a better lock? Could I just go down into bot lane and ward? Could I roam somewhere depending on the timing? Should we just give up the camp? Maybe the camps don't matter. Maybe dragon is up and bot lane can roam. Like there's a lot of things that can go down. Maybe we go. Maybe we just fight. You know? But these things you don't have to worry about them too much, because you'll see it when you're there.
Okay.
If you don't see it, you don't belong there. But don't worry, because you don't need to see this to be in high elo. You can just be good at the fundamentals, and that's enough. Okay?
Alright. Yeah. Let's see. What else I was thinking of. Oh, I know what. I've been playing against TF Galio quite a bit in solo queue.
Oh, I think it's TF Blade. TF Galio, as in the...
Oh, okay, no, yeah, it's supposed to fake Galio.
Yeah.
So obviously, like, shoving the wave to punish when they roam, or go for their roams.
I mean, Galio's obnoxious. He's an elo boost champion. If you want, you could just ban him.
Kinda true.
Yeah, I feel like if you can just ban... Like, personally, when I play Galio in Master, even, it just feels like the Galio has the mechanics of a gold, but he just wave clears and runs away. So
yeah, exactly.
You could just ban it if it's that much of an issue. But I mean, I think Galio is pretty unhealthy for the game, to be honest. I think the champion is kind of semi-unhealthy. Champions that can dodge lane phase like that are inflators, and I mean, sorry, go ahead. What's your question? I mean, there's ways.
No, that's a good point.
There's ways to play against it, but it's obnoxious.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's what I'm kind of getting at. It's like, how do you play against, like, you spam ping your teammates so much, but if you're still, like, even if you get one wave under the tower and they get a double kill bot, it's still like, it feels so bad to play against.
Well, I mean, it's not usual that they would get a double kill bot lane. It's not, all the time that they would get a double kill. In bot lane, right? Maybe
dramatic,
yeah.
I guess.
I mean, you could do a lot of things. You can ward in the middle of the lane, right? You could spam ping. Maybe they'll back off. And if they don't, and the fight still occurs, maybe, I mean, like that's the problem with TF and Galio, and that's what makes TF Galio so powerful. If this is wave A and this is wave B, and the waves are crashing, and we know that if your laners playing from blue side don't crash wave like oh my god, let's say this is wave I fucked it up. Let's say this is wave B, and let's say this is wave B for on your side. Okay, let's use another color.
Okay.
Now let's assume that your teammates they have wave A in this location, and they want to crash the wave before wave B ends up blocking, because let's say the opponent is gonna go like this, or maybe even the mid laner can roam down or whatever, right? Or top lane teleports down, whatever. And so they want to be able to crash wave A, and then before wave B locks. So if Galio moves down and gets priority or control of the lane and threatens like fake pressure into bot lane while this timing is occurring, then your bot lane may be inclined to move back and thus B locks, and then that actually screws your lane over for just another minute and a half. That could lead. That in itself is why Galio and TF are very powerful, because you can't. Not even pro players can actually. You know, what do you do if you move up? You get Galio ulted. If you move back, you get frozen on. What happens? Nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just shitty either way.
It's a shitty situation either way, and this is what most TF Galio players are very bad at, right? And so let's say back into mid lane, you know, if Galio does move down and let's say he ults down or whatever, and then you can move in like this. You can look top lane.
Just look roam. Okay.
Yeah, you can look maybe top lane. Maybe you can get vision. Plating obviously would be priority because it's given. Or maybe you just move down yourself if the fight is like long, right?
Okay, gotcha.
Or maybe you can if your jungler is here, maybe you catch Galio on the return. Right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's options.
So there are options. It's just obnoxious, but you're not going to be versus TF Galio every game.
Yeah.
Right. So. Yeah.
True.
Okay.
Okay. I know what else. I kind of got like two more things. And
Yeah,
then,
for sure. We can go over.
Look at games.
Yeah, we can go over games. Yeah.
Okay. So I was playing on like an alt and just like playing kind of not like for fun champs, but like assassins, blah blah blah, just lane champs, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
And going there, it's like so fun. I mean, it's like still similar elo account. It's like gold 1, whatever on MMR. But then when I come back to my main account and like play Syndra Ori, it feels so bad. Like I feel like I have no impact on the game anymore. I don't know if it's like how I'm playing or I'm playing differently because of it, but it just feels like I have no impact in the game at all. Even if I'm ahead, I don't know. It just feels it's weird.
I mean, that's definitely a you problem.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like.
Can I have your Smurf account actually, the one that you play on? That.
Yeah.
So your main account is Platinum 3, Platinum 2.
Platinum 3. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fuck. What is the account name?
Yeah, just show me whatever you were playing on.
I gotta find it. Let me check.
I mean, if you're in a lower level, you're gonna have more impact. It's not.
But it's like, is Gold 1 that different from Plat 2?
I mean,
like realistically,
assassins and low elo are better.
Okay,
better.
Yeah, that's fair then.
I mean, this is just coming back from someone who knows a lot of elo boosters in the past. I myself was one a long time ago, a very very long time ago, and assassins are like just better in solo queue because people suck.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
That's the only reason. That has nothing to do with improvement or actually playing the game correctly. It's just that it's easier getting a double kill on Katarina going bot lane than it is to starve your opponent off of a freeze in mid lane. You can't do that in high elo, because in high elo they'll see you coming, but in low elo they don't see you coming. So assassins just become stronger. That's why you feel like you have more impact, but that has nothing to do with your skill level.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't even. I gotta ask my buddy for it. It's just like it's like an Echo Diana.
Yeah. It's fine. It's
fine.
It's whatever. You don't have to send it. It's like I get the idea.
Yeah. And then kind of just going off that like last bit, getting burned out from the game, obviously taking a break, but it just feels like I haven't played much solo queue like since we played.
Yeah.
Since we
talked.
Yeah,
you haven't really played much.
But it just like it feels like a job or like a chore, you know? It's like, God, this game, it sucks.
Why are you?
It's like, how do you like go around dealing with that? Obviously, taking a break, but it's like.
What do you do outside of League, if you don't mind me asking? Obviously, don't tell me anything like that's not like okay to tell the pub. We are on stream.
Yeah.
But, yeah. What do you?
Just with buddies, you know, doing shit and things. Like, it's not like I'm just on my computer all day, you know.
Right. Well, I mean, do you have anything you're striving for outside of League of Legends? Because putting all your eggs in one basket is probably not a good thing to do.
Well, yeah. Not particularly. I'm going to college, so I'm going back like next week or 2 weeks.
Okay.
So it's kind of like just school for now, and then finish that up and kind of start my real life.
Is there okay? Is okay. I mean, how often do you play the game?
Lee, I used to play like a lot. Past like 2 weeks though, I've played a lot less. Let's see.
Passion is not something that I can.
Yeah, it's
coach.
Like a weird thing.
Yeah, passion is not something I can just like somehow enlighten or ignite, right? Not enlighten, but ignite. Would be a better word.
See, I don't know. Okay, I see where you're coming from. I don't know if passion is like my problem. I mean, it seems like it is, but so with the last guy you coached, we play like on a for fun team, blah blah whatever.
Yeah.
But when we play fives, like I care so much more about it than like solo queue. I feel. Like I feel solo queue just, I don't know.
Maybe you have given up. Part of you has given up in solo queue. Because you've had so many negative experiences in solo queue that you now attribute you attribute solo queue to a negative experience. And obviously anything that, I mean, fucking you're a kid and your parents give you broccoli. I didn't like vegetables, right? Anytime there was broccoli on the plate, I was just like, fucking hey, you know, that sucks. Well, I didn't say that. I was like 8, but whatever.
Yeah, I got
you know, you know what I mean. So you're attributing your solo queue, or anytime you queue up for ranked through and you're basing it off like a negative experiences. Now, if you were like diamond already and you kept winning and winning and winning and winning and you did nothing but keep gapping your lane opponent, would you not want to keep playing?
True.
So the problem is that you're not losing passion, you are getting demoralized from the result. And you have to realize that result in the short term means absolutely nothing. Because the most important thing about League of Legends is growth. It's not result. Right?
Yeah.
And so because you have positive, you have a positive, is affirmation the right word? I don't know. You have positive responses to playing competitively with a group of people, and finding victory in that, or finding some kind of level of like enjoyment in that, and so you give more of your energy towards it. But with this, it's not that you're tired of the game or you're sick of it, or you know, because if you were, you wouldn't even play you wouldn't play with the group of people, right? The problem is that you're not enjoying solo queue because it is results based for you, and you have to get out of that mindset.
Gotcha.
Taking a break wouldn't achieve anything in this case. Usually I would tell people to take a break, but in your case, taking a break doesn't achieve anything. You have to look at solo queue in a completely different light. Solo queue is not this dark fucking abyss that, you know, you're not like shackled and thrown into the Mariana Trench. You know, you're not gonna, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's really not that bad, right? the solo queue is enjoyable, right? Playing with high diamond players, master players, and in your case platinum players, and lower diamond players, sure. You know, sometimes they can be stupid, but at the end of the day, the game is still enjoyable. That's why we play it. So
True.
Taking a break and coming back won't change anything, because you're still gonna be like, oh, it's solo queue, you know, I'm not having a good time, whatever. I'm gonna not like it. But
yeah,
you have to realize that your fuck, this is gonna become more of like a life session than a
kind of.
Yeah, but like what I'm trying to say is that and people will disagree with me. Okay, again, as usual, unpopular opinion, right? But this is more of like Eastern philosophy than it is from the West. But I have noticed that from, you know, just living, people in the West, because I come from the East, right? I'm not from America, right? I'm not from the States. I'm not, you know.
Okay.
I have backgrounds elsewhere, so I've kind of seen, you know, the best and worst of, I guess, both worlds in a way. And I've noticed that people, especially, you know, around this area of the world, they attribute too much weight to their thought processes, and they attribute too much weight to their, you know, what they're thinking. Their thoughts dictate what they should be doing in the situation. So they give too much value to their thoughts.
Okay.
So the difference is, you know, I'm sad, let it affect my entire world. I'm sad. Versus I'm sad, it's just a temporary emotion, it doesn't matter. Move on, do what's right.
Gotcha.
Right?
Okay.
I'm tilted, and so I let my emotions control me because I have been, I guess, in a way, raised, and, you know, just being around people, there has been a giant, like, there's so much value given to your thought process. And the reality is that your feelings and your thoughts don't mean shit at the end of the day. Which is sad to say, but it's true. Now, don't go saying that to your fucking girlfriend. Because if I said that, I'd be single by now, right? But, you know, at the end of the day, from a sports standpoint, your thoughts and, you know, your feelings don't mean anything. So just because you think that solo queue isn't like isn't fun, it's a temporary thought. Just because you're tilted at 17 minutes in a match and you're thinking of just dropping mid lane, or, you know, you hate this or whatever, it's a temporary feeling. Because the next day, or maybe even the next hour, if you're some certain type of people, you're gonna be just fine, and then you're gonna be like, wow, I was just in a bad mind state, you know?
Yeah, I think that's like kind of what it's at right now. Like, I feel it's a game. It's supposed to be fun, and it's just like, it just feels so shit.
It's not dissociating. You're not dissociating anything. You're acknowledging that you feel an emotion, but you don't let that emotion control you. There's a difference between acknowledgement and letting something dictate you. Because, again, man, this is more for Twitch chat, but, like, I feel like someone doesn't understand this way. Like, and again, this is just my philosophy, right? This is what I've noticed. If I want to get from point A to point B, I can either do it happily or I can do it miserably. Obviously, you want to do it happily, right? You're gonna have a ton of, like, emotional. It's gonna be an emotional roller coaster, but the more weight you give to this, the harder it's gonna get for you to get to point B. Although getting to point B can still be done by both people. It's just that one person is making it miserable for themselves, whereas the other person is at least making it an enjoyable ride.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Okay.
You're not disassociated. You're not I can't say that word. Disassociating yourself from your feelings. Not at all, because that's obviously that's away from being a human, obviously. But what I'm saying is you're not giving it value to the point where it'll affect your journey to point B. And this is why your solo queue is.
Gotcha.
Do you see where I'm coming
from?
from?
Yeah. No, I actually agree with a lot of you said. Like, it makes a lot of sense.
Disassociation? I can't say that.
You just said it.
I don't know. It's, like, actually really hard to say. Well, anyways. All right. Yeah, man. I hope that helps a little bit.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it.
I didn't learn that, by the way, like, from myself. I learned that from other mentors and tutors and people who are qualified, because I was also in the same boat where, you know, if I feel like shit one day, I don't let it, you know? It's like, whatever.
For sure. Gotcha.
Anyways, is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think that's about everything. If you wanna look at like a game or something,
yeah, we can take a look. Which one do you want to go over?
Let me look. Let me look at my match history. Actually, I don't even know what games, because the patch came out. I don't know what games we can look at.
They're all of them actually. Well, I mean we can look at these 3 ranked games, and then everything else I think is probably pointless because you're playing top lane here.
Yeah, it feels good just playing tanks. Let's look at the. Hold on.
Take a look at this one if you want.
The second most recent game.
Second?
3-3-2.
Trick. This is Trick 2G. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, sure. We can take a look.
Wait. Trick 2G? What?
No, I thought that was Trick 2G on your games.
Oh,
his name?
okay.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, it's Trick 2. It's like, oh, cool. That's cool. I thought he was like Challenger or something. Or Masters, I think. Anyways, whatever. So I mean, what are you thinking? So like, why pick this one? I'm wondering over any other game. I'm just curious.
Kind of just, I don't know. I just picked it.
Okay, that's
it's kind of whatever.
That's fine. That's also a pretty accurate response. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right.
I think I'm pretty consistent in what I do in cross games, so I don't know if it really matters.
Yeah.
Like unless I just have like a really shitty game one time.
I mean, this is pretty bad. Wait. Oh, I just closed Epic for some reason. This is pretty bad. Like, what are you doing here? You're losing the push lead. Is that Klepto? No, that's not Klepto. Sorry,
no, comment.
I'm looking at this and I'm like, what the fuck? Anyways.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Klepto's not in the game anymore. What am I talking about? Anyways, I'm tired. Okay, so, yeah, like you're losing the push lead. What? Why are you back here?
Might have been tabbed out, maybe.
You're what?
Might have been alt tabbed.
I hope not, because you can lose matchups off this shit.
Yeah, I might have. That's like the best.
If this guy gains control of wave 1, and he's challenger, you've lost on wave 3 and wave 4. You can die doing this.
Alright.
You could actually die doing this. It's possible. Like here, you should just be standing here.
Oh, I'm 100% alt tab.
And you need to just Q this guy. Right? This is really bad. You can die doing this, and this guy's an idiot. He doesn't do anything to the wave. Right? So it doesn't matter if you're versus whether it be gross score or Dopa. You gotta level them. Right now, this guy's gross score. If he had W'd the wave, okay, maybe he's not gross score. Maybe he's Dopa. We don't know yet, right? But you gotta level these people, man. You know?
Yeah, I got you.
You gotta level these people up. Like this should just already be an auto. You're not even autoing. You guys are playing it like it's a TF versus Fizz match, or it's like Katarina versus Syndra or something. Look, what the fuck? Nobody's autoing. This shows to me that no one has any clue as to what they're doing. Right? Like, just, oh my god, just move in and out, just move in and out. Holy shit, your mid lane play. Just move in and out. Auto. If he goes for this, Q, back. You watch professionals, right?
Yeah, not like a lot, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you watch someone like Bjergsen, you watch someone like Faker, you watch anybody who's a high-level mid laner. They do this stuff, and you're not doing it. Why don't you make the effort to do these things? There's no way you can't know. This is like some pro guide's advice. You know, it's obvious.
Yeah.
So what's holding you back? See, the problem isn't the fact that you're not doing it, it's why you're not doing it.
I think I guess my mindset had to be, it's like, if he's not touching the wave, it's like, do I have to be?
Do you?
Into Nunu TF, I feel like that's pretty like level 2able.
Is Nunu gonna, well, even if, okay, but if Nunu doesn't gank you, then TF gets a really good lane state and you lose level 2. If Nunu does gank you, if Nunu does gank you, you can ward, right? You can literally ward. Just like my screen is all fucked for some reason here. Yeah, you can ward. You could position yourself left side. You can move in and out from pocket A to pocket B as the wave is crashing in, like right here. As Nunu arrives, TF makes a move up, you path over like this, Nunu wastes time, Kha'Zix gets his clear done. Right? Nunu can't just like 5,000 move speed to hit you. Yeah, it's just not possible. Right? If you look at it, it's just not possible. But you don't just give up. Like, look at this, you're moving out. Why don't you Q in? Q this guy, move like this. Don't move in like this is bad, because you're gonna get red carded.
Yeah,
AoE.
He just red carded.
Move like this. Q.
Okay.
You don't Q. At all. Oh, what the fuck? You don't even Q. Now you don't even Q the wave. Q here. And then auto this. Get the push lead going. Because this idiot just clicked back. What the fuck are you doing? Why click back? Why not go down like this? Why not just move like this? Why not just go like this?
Yeah, he just... There's no reason.
Like, what the fuck am I... You know? Just Q this. Auto this. He moves into you. Move back. Your Q's gonna be off of cooldown soon. And then he, he has to space against you.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things I don't do enough. Like, you always talk about, like, passively autoing.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, here. This is good. This is good. But now look at that. Why do you move inwards?
Yeah, I'm too close.
You're too close. Why don't you Q, move back, and then go back and then start autoing this minion as TF moves back, because he's going to be throwing the red card by the time that this whole situation ends up occurring. TF should just red card you or the wave at this point. If he hits the wave and he's running sustain, then obviously it becomes... I mean, this is all just really bad by TF. You can easily get these minions red carded by standing south. This is all just really fucking bad play by him. At this point, he should just... Maybe he'll hit... Like, I don't know what he's doing. He's just terrible. He can easily move like this, red card. If he's going like this, then he's intending on hitting you, but, like, why? Doesn't make any sense. And then you move back, right? But this is because he's making misplays. Okay?
Yep, gotcha.
Again, these clicks are weird. Just move in. Yeah, your Q's back up. Hit him. Don't let him get this for free. He's on cooldown. Move in, auto, Q. And then back off.
Gotcha.
And you don't do that either. And then you randomly Q this minion that you could have easily taken had you just spaced it better. Now you're on cooldown, and now look at this guy. He doesn't move into you. He doesn't... He's sitting behind his wave, hoping that maybe fucking, Santa will come and give him some kind of, like... I was
to say Christmas miracle.
Yeah, like, no, nothing's gonna happen. Right? This is all just really bad play by both of you. Neither of you are doing anything. And then now, I mean, look at that. He still doesn't move into you. He lets you have this for free. He doesn't even bait out your Q. He doesn't move in and out. Or maybe he moves like this. He doesn't work on the wave. It's obnoxious. And now you're level 2, and now why are you all the way back here? Why don't you move in? Why don't you move in and look for a Q, and then back off? You don't eat aggro. Wild card, I mean, if you get hit by wild card, there's bigger issues. And then he can't W you, because W isn't long enough range. He has to walk up to you to W you. And then there's no fucking way this guy, if he's any form of a human, has leveled up E. So,
I think it's WQ.
yeah. Even with E, it doesn't matter. Even if he levels up E, you don't even do anything.
Yeah.
You're just giving this guy the win. And again, look at this. You don't punish. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
This is some silver level gameplay you're displaying here. You can't do this. Okay. I mean, there's literally no point in going over this. You're just gonna do these things over and over again. You need to work on this stuff first.
Okay.
Okay. This is the stuff that you need to work on first. If you're not good at this stuff, you're never going to be able to play mid lane correctly. I can guarantee you that. And in order to get good at this stuff, I'm releasing a new video tomorrow. My editor is just finishing it. He should either have it to me by tonight or by tomorrow afternoon. And the video does go over multiple drills. I did want to talk to Curtis about this as well. I wanted to collab a video with him, but I haven't messaged him yet. And I mean, I have to see if he's obviously down, because I'm not sure. And that video will cover, if it does happen, it'll cover drills. Otherwise, I'll continue to do the videos myself, and I'll just cover drills that you can do. But right off the bat, just go 1v1 people.
Okay.
Right? And you're gonna be fine.
You're talking like laning drills, right?
Yeah, laning drills.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I need water, man.
Alright.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
No. I think we kind of talked about everything.
No.
I wanted to talk about.
Okay. If you have any questions, you can always just DM me, okay?
For sure.
Alright.
Alright.
Good, man. Alright. Good luck. Bye.
Thank you. See ya.
Alright, see ya. If I talk for too long, my throat like dries up. It doesn't feel good. But it's fine. Anyways, I'm gonna post this now, and that was a good session. The one thing that was holding that guy back was honestly just the ability to question everything. You know, question what I tell you, question what other coaches tell you.